But getting on to the actual kind of questionnaire, um,
Sure.
if you wouldn't mind kind of letting everybody know, what is your name, and if you want to let us know a little bit about yourself too.
Yep. My name is Kevin Bikazi, and yeah, like I was born 1980, so I kind of grew up playing like video games in the 80s, like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis.
Yes,
Then I got a PC, and I was playing like Command and Conquer when that
S-
first came out. That was like my first RTS.
such a
That just
good
like
game.
blew me away. So that's a lot of this game is inspired by Command and Conquer, actually.
Really?
Like just
Okay.
oh yeah, just like wanting to re-experience that.
Yeah. That's awesome. I didn't know that at all. I know we talked a little bit about Command and Conquer previously, because you were asking me. I think it was whenever we had first talked in voice chat. You had asked me if I had ever played Command and Conquer before. So
Yeah,
definitely
it's
one
like a
for the
huge
history.
memory of for me, and like not even like I mean the single player was good and like the campaign, but my fondest memories are of multiplayer. And just playing friends in multiplayer and like going to school the next day and just trying to like think up like unit configurations and different strategies to use against them to beat them.
Yeah,
So I feel like a big chunk of this game was definitely inspired by that.
yeah, that's fair. And I really like how this game is really focused on the multiplayer aspect instead of like campaign's always cool. Don't get me wrong. But really just being able to have fun, sit down with some friends or people you have no idea who it is, and just have like a genuinely fun game. Like I love how somehow this game is both really competitive but also extremely chill at the same time, and I love that.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what it was supposed to be. I did start to build kind of like a single player piece and like a commander AI. But I was like, man, it's just never going to be as good. It's never going to be as fun as just playing another player. So, and I
Yeah.
started playing it with Michael in multiplayer mode,
Mhm.
and it was already so much fun. I was like, I'm just going to focus on this and just make this part really, really good, because it's easier, it's better, it's more fun. It's kind of what I wanted in the first place, anyways.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, unless there's like a huge, massive change, why branch out from what you originally intended this game for?
Sorry, what was that again?
Oh, I was just saying, unless it's like really needed or if it's super requested by the populace, why change the game from what it was originally intended for? As long as people are
Yeah.
having fun, that's the main thing.
Exactly. I think people, and I'm down to put in some kind of like sandbox mode, maybe where you could like practice, but we'll see. I might still throw in that commander AI at some point.
Yeah,
But yeah, but we'll see.
yeah,
But yeah,
that,
there's definitely not going to be like any kind of like campaign mode or anything like that. I don't think.
yeah. Do like a little storyline, the
Yeah. Oh,
storyline of the
shit.
little ghosts.
Dude, you're already like down here, man, attacking me.
Oh yeah, I was just trying to figure out where you were. Well,
Dude, I haven't
hello.
even. I'm like still building units. Like, yeah, you could like just completely destroy me already.
This is a cool map though. I do like there's some really cool defensive terrain. All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It must happen.
Yeah, just take my gun. It's all good.
Just full send. So I know you said that you really liked like the NES, the SNES, and other games. What was your favorite game growing up as a kid, other than
That's a
Command and
tough
Conquer?
one. Like, I had a bunch, but probably I think Zelda
Okay,
at the
yeah,
end of the day. Yeah. Don't worry, we'll just play another game or something after,
I got you.
since you've already taken me out. Yeah, probably Zelda. I got really into like flight simulators for some reason. I was really into like the flight sims.
Okay,
Just really like that experience. Still do.
yeah.
Those are like my favorite overall just games for some reason. I know it's strange, but not many people like flight sims. But it's funny. Like back in the '80s and '90s, like every other game was like a flight sim for some reason. So
Huh.
yeah, it's kind of like the golden age.
Yeah, and I know
And
like
but yeah, I played a lot of like I played like the original Wolfenstein. I played like Doom 2. I
yeah.
played You know, like yeah, the original Command and Conquer. I played like the original like Age of Empires when that came out.
Yeah.
Um, I played Quake 2, Quake 2 multiplayer was like my first multiplayer experience.
Oh, there we go. I just recently found the hard copy for that at a thrift store while it was out.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah, so I played all those. I played, Duke Nukem 3D. Then like I didn't really have like the N64, but I would like play it when I went to Blockbuster. I liked Pilot Wings on that. That was awesome.
Okay.
But I recently got a Steam Deck and I've like installed all of these emulators on it. So like kind of been playing those. I liked Virtua Racing and I used to go to the arcade a lot, play like Street Fighter 2, Killer Instinct, Virtua Fighter,
Yes.
Virtua Racing. So arcades were still kind of big back then.
Yeah. I'm surprised that there's still arcades around nowadays. Like me and my girlfriend, there's a few arcades that we just love to go to play, Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, and really just have that arcade feel. It's really cool how they're still around nowadays.
Yeah, there's like Dave and Buster's. I don't know if you know what that is, but we have that out here. It's kind of like this. I don't even
Yeah.
know how to describe it, but it's kind of like this entertainment like facility, and like they have like an arcade there and stuff. But yeah, I don't go that often. Mainly, but I've been playing a lot of arcade games just off MAME on my Steam Deck. So like
Yeah.
Killer Instinct, Virtua Fighter, mainly are those two.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry, Virtua Racing.
Virtual Racing. There we
Yu
go.
Suzuki. Yeah, I love that game. Play that game like constantly all the time.
There we go. See, I need to
Uh,
get into some of these games because I find a lot of them, but I haven't really experienced them. So I really want to go through and play some of these games someday.
yeah. And so yeah, I got like educated in like aerospace engineering. Started as computer science, but didn't like it,
Yeah.
and then worked as an engineer for a while in the aerospace industry, designing aircraft interiors, and
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, that was cool. And then I started my own company and made like websites and web apps for people.
Okay.
So that was kind of cool. I did that for a long time, and that grew pretty big. That ended up becoming like this like pretty big company, and I grew it like all by myself from scratch. So I ended up with I had like 12 full-time employees at one point.
Wow.
And yeah, it was doing pretty good in sales. And but then yeah, like while I was doing that, I started making video games because I had a lot of free time while I was running that company. Obviously, because like I had a lot of people just kind of running it, kind of for me in a way.
Yeah.
Like people just doing the sales. I had like tons of developers doing the development. Although I managed all the projects really closely, and would still do Scrum meetings every day or every couple days.
Yeah. Just
But
make sure you
there
still
was
have
a
that
lot of
personal.
downtime where I could like work on my own things. So that's when I started making video games. And yeah, I've just been building like a ton of video games. But like in 2020.